Please, we hear you. Hello from Slovenia. What's going on, Slovenia? How's the weather there?
Oh, good idiot. I only know some Russian.
Yet, I didn't even know it was in Russia. I don't even know where Slovenia's at. But welcome.
I don't think he would be able to understand Russian anyway.
Yeah. Good deal. So everybody can hear us. This is Andy. I'm Dan, Hot Doggin with Dan, obviously. This is Andy.
Okay.
He's got a YouTube channel, Cashflow Coma. He is in vending. He is in laundromats as of recently. And what else are you into, Andy?
I'm into stocks a little bit. Really what boosted me was I had a business, a coffee business that I really should make an updated video to. It was an online coffee store, and I mean, I sold that back in the summer. So yeah, no, just a little bit of stocks, a little bit of vending, but mostly now the laundromat, and hopefully next year, real estate.
What's your top stock?
Tesla for sure.
Tesla? Yeah, that's a good one. Idaho. Hello from Idaho. Scott F. Slovenia is next to Italy, Croatia, and Austria.
Yep.
Had no idea. Welcome.
I only know Vienna. That's the only city I know.
So stocks, now laundromat. Have you ever dabbled in real estate? You ever thought about dabbling in like rental properties or anything like that?
I mean, honestly, from what the stories that I see and hear, I think it would just be best to just go into commercial real estate. I mean, residential, yeah, maybe that'd be cool later down the line. But I mean, I don't know. My landlord has 8 of those commercial strips that I'm in, and so, but he's a lot older and he's had a lot more time to do that. So,
yeah. And really, I mean, in commercial real estate really is the way to go. The only difference really is barrier to entry. It's a lot harder. Well, I mean, it's easier to get a commercial loan sometimes, depending on the bank you go through, just because there's usually already an income to I guess as collateral, but it's a lot more expensive to buy commercial buildings than it is residential houses.
Probably have to have a partner or something.
Oh yeah. So your laundromat. Let's talk about your laundromat. So the whole reason, just so you guys know that are listening up, the whole reason for this, it stems from one of his videos. It was his second to the last video that he did. He had some pretty good questions, and he brought up the point that laundromat videos are pretty much mostly collection here, collection there, and just it's all the same. There, and so he brought up the point that it would be interesting to have different laundromat owners get together and kind of discuss the industry and how operations work, how people operate differently, what works, what doesn't. More of an informational type of laundromat video rather than the typical look how many quarters I counted. So it kind of stems from that, this interview. So we kind of wanted to discuss, and if you guys, I know I've got a lot of laundromat owners that follow me, so if you guys have any questions, or even if you don't own a laundromat and you have questions, feel free to type it in the comments, either for me or Andy, and we will definitely address your questions as well. So the 2 questions that you brought up in your video, one of which was, I just had them pulled up on my phone actually. One of which was customers who don't know how to do laundry. In your video, it was in reference to customers who were from other places than America. I'm assuming that's kind of how you made it sound. And they don't necessarily know how to use the machines, or they're just being lazy and don't want to do their own laundry, so they want you to come over and do it for them. Your question was, do you just turn them away, or if they don't want to pay for the drop-off laundry service, do you just turn them away, or how do you handle those? Have you I know several people have it seems to me like several people would have reached out to you with, I guess, comments or whatever to kind of give you an idea of how to handle those. What have you come up with on that?
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, really, I think it's one of those things that like they ask you because you're there. Like, think about it if like you lived in a duplex and you have a tenant next door and then something's there. They're going to ask you because you're right there instead of maybe taking some initiative to kind of push a couple of buttons, put the quarters in and do it themselves.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of my theory. I've gotten, yeah, trust me, I get all the comments like, just do it for them. No. I don't know, I mean, yeah, that's really all I got for that, really.
Well, it seems to me I don't have that problem because I'm unattended. And I know before we went live, you had asked me how that works. So for me, I don't have an attendant. I do have a cleaner though. I've got a guy who lives in the apartments, which are literally right across the street from my laundromat. I could throw a rock and hit his apartment. And he's an older retired guy, so he comes over at his leisure, usually 2 or 3 times a day, just to keep himself busy. He'll come over and clean the laundromat for me. So I don't have an attendant. He's probably the closest thing that I have to an attendant. And really the only access he has is to the cleaning supplies. He doesn't handle money or anything like that, obviously. I'm really picky about who I let handle my money. But as far as that goes, man, I don't have that problem, obviously, because nobody's there for them to ask to do their laundry. But it seems to me, just kind of in my opinion, as a retailer, as a former retail manager, I used to be a district manager for Lids, the hat store. I would see that, we would call that an upsell moment. So you can upsell them to try to upsell them. I know you had mentioned that in your video when you brought the question up. You could try to upsell them to drop-off service, $1 a pound or whatever you charge. To me, if they didn't come there to do their own laundry and they don't want to pay you for you to do it, then they're not a customer.
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
it kind of boils down to that. You can't force them to pay you to do it, but at the same time, it's not your job to do their laundry for them unless they pay you. So,
Right.
I think you kind of had the right idea where, just kind of in my opinion, you had the right idea where you can explain to them, look, I'll walk you through how to do it, but I'm not going to load it for you. I'm not going to watch it for you. I'm not going to take your clothes out and put them in a dryer for you. I'll show you how to work the machine so that way you can come back next time and do it yourself. And if they don't want to do that, then, like I said, it sounds to me like they're not a customer. It sucks because those are quarters that could be going into your machines, but at the same time, making $2.50 to do somebody's laundry for them just isn't worth it. As somebody who understands cash flow, you understand that there's a ROI that you're expected to get. So.
Yeah. Time is everything.
Exactly. Time is money. If you're every minute has a price tag. So that's just kind of my take, and I know. So, Danny, if you're listening, I don't know if you care that I go into this. I know you were listening on the other one, but I'm going to explain to him your idea on this. And then I'm going to tell him that he should definitely get your DVD because this is not the only thing in it, and it will definitely help you run your laundromat. That's not a sales pitch. I have his DVD. I run my laundromat to a T the way his DVD taught me, and it's working out beautifully. So, highly suggest you get his DVD. Or, as he says, information program, because it's not just a DVD now. He can send you a, memory card with all of the programs on it.
Yeah.
So, as far as that goes, what he teaches is to use a contract attendant. So you can have an attendant, and you can bring somebody in, and basically they own the drop-off laundry portion, right? they're working out of your office. You give them the space to work in, and they run their own laundry drop-off business out of your office or out of your laundromat. That way, you don't have to pay them a salary, but in return, you have somebody there, and that's kind of the part of the give and take. You're giving them a place to work and an opportunity to make money, and in return, they're going to keep your laundromat clean and help customers when needed, and blah 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 blah. You just aren't going to have you're not going to have payroll in it. So there's a lot of benefits to doing it that way, and it makes a lot of sense. The only reason that's really the only thing that I don't do, and it's solely because I haven't taken the effort. I tell people that it's because there's no demand for drop-off service in my area, because I'm in a low-income area. So I tell people that there's no demand for drop-off service in my area. But I think if the right person were to get in there and be willing to travel and do like pickup and stuff like that, I think it would probably do. I just haven't put in the effort to find somebody to do it. So, but that's kind of his answer to that dilemma, and helping customers. And I know that that was kind of your other question as far as attendance go. The other question in your video, as far as your dry cleaning, right?
Yeah.
So it was the question of, do you stop dry cleaning, or pay an employee? Or you said, it sounds to me in your video, you said you wanted to. It sounded to me like you wanted to. What am I thinking? You want the laundromat to be as passive as possible for you, basically.
I mean, yeah,
I mean, to me, it sounds like so. What you said you offered dry cleaning?
Yeah. So it was a mom and pop shop. It always was. And I do have a girl working for me there now. She doesn't drive though, and the dry cleaning place that I take them to, I just set the dry cleaning hours to where I'm there, and Monday through Thursday up until 4:30. And obviously, like, some people just hate that. They want to be able to bring it in whenever. And then Friday is my vending day. Like, I do have a whole other business, and it brings in a considerable amount of income that is, it's got to get some of my attention during the week. So yeah, it's just dry cleaning is the only kind of thing that still requires a person to be there. So that's why I was always kind of confused, because I'll come back Monday morning and the place is like destroyed. And then I've seen you actually also comment in the Facebook group for laundromat owners.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's so funny when like someone's in there and you just kind of blast them on the mic. Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that's really the only thing is, that pesky dry cleaning to me. It's just a bit of a nuisance to me. I understand it makes money, and in exchange I get somebody in there cleaning and helping customers. But yeah, no, my employee is on my payroll right now.
Does the revenue from dry cleaning alone cover the cost of the employee?
I'd probably take a little loss.
Take a little loss?
Yeah.
Huh. So in that case, I mean, that to me, that sounds like something that, well, you said your dry cleaning is done. You do all your dry cleaning through a third party, right? You just ship it out and they bring it back?
Yeah, I get like 50% profit from that.
Oh, okay. So do you do drop-off service? Like, do you have a lot of drop-off service, drop-off customers for just for laundry?
At their place?
Yeah, so do customers just come in, they just want you to do their laundry for them, like just drop-off service for $1 a pound or whatever?
Like wash and fold?
Yeah, wash and fold.
I mean, those are honestly rare. Like, I'll get like twice a week or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In that case, if you're taking a loss for the employee, I mean, in that case, honestly, I would just offer her the dry cleaning. Just say, hey, if you can start, take over the dry cleaning side of my business. You'll own it. It's yours. Just run it. You just run it out of my office and make sure you keep the place clean for me, and that'll reduce your expense if you're taking a loss on dry cleaning.
Yeah. I I mean, right now I have her Friday, Saturday, Sunday because those are the peak hours, and so I just want her there peak hours. And you know, Monday morning I'll have like little bag full of dry cleaning, and I mean, it's probably like not even half. It's really funny though. Like I'll just run to my vending location. I have a really bomb vending location. I'll run down to the machine, pull it out, and like I have like her entire weekend's pay there.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
What kind of vending machines? Is it just snacks and drinks?
Yeah, it's just one snack and one drink, and I'm trying so hard to because they just renovated that whole factory there, and I'm trying so hard to get a bigger machine in there because they need it, and you know it'll alleviate my time as well.
They're not open to you just bringing in a second machine?
The what?
A second machine? Like just bringing in another machine rather than a bigger one?
Yeah, either or. I mean, if they want another one, that's cool. If they want a bigger one, that's cool too.
Yeah. See, it's interesting. It's interesting because I didn't know that about you until I watched one of your videos probably 2 days ago, and you mentioned something about your vending business. And I actually attempted to get. What's up, Marty? I actually attempted to get into the vending business. So I was looking for a crane machine for my laundromat, right? And because that was the biggest, and I didn't really want to do like arcade games or anything like that, just because I didn't want the hassle. You know, people break joysticks and stuff like that. But literally, it seemed like almost every customer when I first took over my laundromat. Obviously, I was there quite a bit, just trying to get things rolling and get the ball going with it. And that was the biggest thing because my laundromat's been there for like 60 years. So all of the customers that come in there now were coming there like their parents would bring them there when they were kids.
Yeah.
And almost every customer that came in there would ask me, you know, tell me you should get a crane machine. Everybody loved the crane machine because it used to have one like 15, 20 years ago. It had one in there and everybody loved it. So that's the only reason I even got a crane machine. But when I went to buy the crane machine, the guy had 8 of them. And so I was like, you know, he offered me a good deal. He said, I know you only want one, but if you buy all of them, I'll give you a good deal. It was a deal I couldn't pass up, so I bought all 8 of them. Yeah. And I have 2 in my laundromat, and that's it. I've got all of the other ones just sitting in storage. I can't, I've looked for places to put them, like restaurants and stuff like that. Just nobody wants to deal with it. Nobody wants the hassle. So, my biggest. What's that?
You want to place all of them, or are you trying to sell them?
I'd be interested in placing all of them if I could find a location, but that's turning out to be a problem. I've actually got them listed for sale right now. So, of course, not all of them. Like I said, I've got 2 of them in my laundromat. So there's 6 of them in storage. So I've got them listed for sale, but I'm also simultaneously looking. It's kind of a whichever comes first. Either I sell them or I find a place to put them.
Right on.
But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. So I thought that was interesting that you've got that background in vending. Like it seems like we've kind of got the same mindset. You know, passive income ranks high. So.
Sure.
On your laundromat, you are going through a renovation.
Yeah.
You're putting all new equipment in. How many washers and dryers do you have?
In total?
Well, like each, if you know, or total if you don't know.
Now I have 12, what do you call them? Do you call them triples or the 30-pounders or the T400 Dexters?
Yeah, 30-pound machines.
30-pounders.
Yeah, most people just go by pounds.
Okay. Yeah, most of my machines are 30-pounders. I have some 20-pounders in the back. I have 3 working top loaders, and I'm actually trying to get rid of them because I know the whole water thing. Mm-hmm. And then most of my those dryers are so old. I know you've seen them in the video. Some of those are they're ancient. Like,
yeah.
You know, it's funny that you say that. I also have it's this old guy always in a suit, and he's like, oh yeah, I've been coming here since 1992. And I was like, That's when I was born, dude. Like, that's crazy.
He's a veteran, buddy.
Yeah. So, I have like, let me see, I got rid of a bunch of those ancient dryers, and now I just got in 5 of those, the stack dryer, 30-pound stack dryers. So I don't know, like probably close to 20 dryers.
Okay, good deal. So what is that all the renovation you're doing? Are you completely redoing the bulkheads and everything, or?
Like next is I have a park bench coming in. It's like just like like a typical little dark blue rubber coated bench.
Yeah.
I'm getting one of those in there because there's no seating, and I'm eventually redo the floor. I'm just gonna lay over nice vinyl plank over that tile, that busted up tile. Now it's all like destroyed from moving machines around. What's it called? The wood panel walls, I'm gonna just paint those white, and not too much else.
So when as you're doing the remodel, are you taking into consideration your end goal of it being effectively an unattended laundromat? Meaning obviously you don't want to put stuff in there that's going to be easy to steal, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Have you thought about, as far as change machines go? Do you have an in the wall change machine, or do you have like a stand up open up the front door change machine?
Yeah, I have a stand up change machine, and it's really funny to say that. I always get the same guy with his name Michael always comment on my video, man, you need to get a bigger change machine, man. And it's like, I know. That and I'm gonna just get another one of those because I don't have the room for wall mounted. I have literally no wall space. The only wall space I have, there's an AC behind it. So I'm just gonna get another one, but it's gonna be able to take 20s. It's got to take 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does it worry you with your end goal being for it to be a unattended store? Does it worry you, like, as far as having a change machine that's just kind of sitting out there that anybody could realistically come in and just take?
The way I see it is like, I have a magnetic lock, and I close up at 9 p.m. And I have my cameras going, and I haven't had anything happen yet. It's been a couple of months now, and I guess it's just the kind of the price that you pay to not babysit it all the time.
Mm-hmm. Where are you at? Where are you located?
It's in like the like city-wise, Houston.
Houston?
Yeah.
Good old Texan. You guys are getting a lot of new residents from the California coast.
Yeah. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I try to keep that stuff off my channel too. So, so obviously you're in a major metropolitan area. Is it like the area that you're in? What kind of area is it? Is it a nicer area? Is it low income?
Yeah, it's low income for sure. It's we have apartment complexes like right behind it that they have no hookups, and that's like their laundromat that they go to. There's like 2 or 3 other bigger laundromats right by me, and I've met the owners and talked to them, and that's just my little way of networking and knowing what I can do better or do right.
Right.
And, yeah. So.
Is it? And it's interesting. It's interesting because you're. It sounds like your laundromat's in an area similar to mine. The apartments across the street from my laundromat are actually Section 8. Like, my laundromat's not in a good area at all. There was a drive-by shooting at the convenience store in the parking lot of my laundromat. Like 2 weeks ago. So.
Okay, let me ask you. Like, literally, I get these all the time on my phone. Actually, you're the one who gave me that idea for the Alexa and everything, and oh my goodness, that's just been the most alleviating thing. I'll get all these updates like every other day on Ring at like 11:30 at night when I'm asleep, Did anyone hear a loud? Did anyone hear a gunshot? I heard a
Yeah,
gunshot all the time.
yeah, yeah. I get those too. I just kind of I think there's a way in the settings to shut off the neighborhood alerts, but I just never really dug into to figure it out. But yeah, I get those too all the time, man. And honestly, like I'm sure there are people out there that had an Alexa and a Ring camera in their laundromat before I came on the scene a year ago. But since I've come up, man, like I get obviously you've seen some of my videos that I post in the laundromat owners forums. Since I've started posting videos like that and just kind of helping people replicate or duplicate what I've done in their laundromats. I mean, I get people reaching out to me from all over the country, all over the world, trying to, just asking me, how did you do that? What cameras do you use? How's your Alexa hooked up? How do you get Alexa to run your laundromat for you? Because effectively, that's what I do. I use Alexa I've got programmed announcements that help me to keep the unwanted people, the homeless, and the people who are there to do stupid stuff. I've got programmed announcements that play every 15 to 20 minutes that help me to keep them out. I've got programmed announcements for advertising my Facebook and website. So essentially, Alexa does run my laundromat for me. It's amazing. But ever since I've come on the scene, I get people from all over the world reaching out to me, and I'm actually kind of thinking about putting together a course, just walking people step by step how to do what I did and the psychology behind it. So you set up a Ring camera, just one in your laundromat?
I have two right now.
You have two? Which are they, the indoor cams or are they the outdoor spotlight cams?
Just indoor.
Okay.
Yeah, really funny. No, you commented on that one post. I've only had one really kind of negative thing happen. This drunk guy at like 11:30 a.m. on a Thursday. Like,
Those are the fun ones.
Huh?
Those are the fun ones.
I mean, he cracked open a beer in my store. And I was like, hey, man, you got to go, man. And then he goes, okay. He shook my hand and he flips me off. And like, I'm not talking about from across the room. I'm talking about like right here in my face. and then you're like, man, it's, I guess you were like a bouncer or something.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
you commented, those guys, I'd love to just like, throw
them.
Yeah.
It's nostalgic. Just takes me back to my bouncer days of just throwing people out, man. So you brought up that
customers was in there too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you brought up that you close at 9.
Yeah.
What's your hesitation with going 24 hours?
I don't know. I mean, I guess nothing really. Just like the light usage, power usage, but like the volume would be super low. I've been told to open up at like 6 or even 7 or even 6 on the weekends. Haven't done it though.
I can tell you, and this is from experience, and I'm going to preface this entire interview with I'm not an expert. I'm solely going off of the past year of my experience in the laundromat industry. And I can tell you from my experience, because I came into it with, I don't know if you watched any of my Alexa videos on my channel. I came into this with the sole end game being that this would be passive, right? I didn't want to have to come in and lock doors and unlock doors and clean and do all this random extra stuff. So when I got into this, I had that same concern. Like, am I going to make enough money overnight to justify the power usage, justify the, whatever the case may be. I can tell you from my experience, man, like I do anywhere from 40 to 60% of my income overnight.
Dang.
On weekends, it's closer to 60% overnight.
How can you tell that?
Cameras.
Huh?
Cameras.
Oh, okay.
Cameras. So I've got 9 cameras. I've got 9 cameras in my store, and I monitor. So at the end of every day, I'll go through and just kind of see if anything stupid happened that day, and I just track the number of people that come in. And yeah, anywhere from 40 to 60% of my customers come in overnight.
Wow,
it's crazy, bro. So you'd be surprised. So and you would think because. So the whole idea behind it is not everybody works a 9 to 5. Not everybody has a set schedule. So a lot of people, warehouse workers, that work odd shifts, or people who work at 24-hour diners work odd shifts. They might have to come in at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning when they get off. When they get off work. So. It's something to think about. It really is, especially in low income areas where those types of odd hour jobs are the norm. That's the way to go, man. 24 hours. I would say, and honestly, my opinion is, and we all know opinions. We all know about opinions, but my opinion is that you should, at worst, or give it 6 months. Do it for 6 months, see how it goes. The first 2 or 3 months that I was open, because I was 24 hours from the get-go, from day one. And the first 2 or 3 months that I was open, it was slow. People didn't realize that it was even open because it had been shut down for 9 months prior to me taking it over. So it was slow for the first few months, but as people learn and they realize that, I've got a big sign in the front window that says now open 24/7. So as people learn and they realize it, they start coming in, man. I mean, I'm telling you, it just rolls in.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. There is one laundromat like a block away from me that's 24-hour. I think that's the only one in the area that's 24-hour too.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact that dude does like well into the 6 figures a year, like more, probably on the better half of $1 million a year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the thing, man. Like, and for me, what I've noticed, because I'm the same situation where I've got so really in my area, the closest 24-hour laundromat for me is about 8 miles away, 8 to 10 miles away. So Christmas time comes around. Holidays come around, all the other laundromats are closed. Where are people going to go? They're going to come to me, right?
Right.
So that just increases my revenue. Not only does it increase my revenue, but it also gives me an opportunity. It gives me exposure to people that otherwise wouldn't come to me just because I'm open 24/7. So it gives me an opportunity to steal other laundromats' customers.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's something, like I said, that's something to think about. For you to think about, it's definitely, especially if you want to be passive, the easiest way that I've found is going to be just do 24 hours. And I know a lot of people will tell you that I'm stupid for saying that, but if you set it up right, you'll be good.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. Like it's just, there's always people who are just be like, oh, you're just going to get nothing but trouble at night. But no, I believe there is like a really good market during the third shift.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was yours always that nice, or did you renovate it?
No. So the only thing I did, so when I came in, I had to buy a change machine. About half of the machines were out of order. So I had to have a tech come in and get all the machines up and running. And of course, I'm sure, as you know, that's an ongoing thing. So, it had no ceiling. I had to put all new ceiling tiles in. So it's got a drop ceiling. So like the frame was there for a drop ceiling, but I'm guessing the previous operator took all the ceiling tiles out for whatever reason. So I had to get all new ceiling tiles. And since I had to get all new ceiling tiles, I figured I might as well go ahead and install some LED light fixtures because it had the old fluorescent type.
Yeah, that's what
And I wanted to be able to control my lighting remotely with Alexa. So I installed some LED lighting fixtures and used a smart plug.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Put them in a smart plug so I can control my lights with Alexa. And Ring cameras, as I'm sure you know, can also control your lighting as well, through motion activation. But I'd had to do that. Ceiling change machine. What else? Vending machines. We had to get new vending machines. It had vending machines, but they were old and junk. So we had to get those out, put new ones in. But that was pretty much about it. When I took the place over, it was operational. It had been shut down for 9 months because the boiler went out, which is a $20,000 repair or replacement. Thanks to Danny D'Angelo, luckily I met this guy, and he kind of informed me on how to negotiate with commercial landlords, and I was able to negotiate in the lease that the landlord would cover the $20,000 cost of replacing the boiler. So he paid for that. So once he paid for that, I effectively got a operational laundromat for free.
That's awesome.
Everything I did was purely cosmetic. The Alexa, the Ring cameras, the ceiling, the vending machine, that's all extra stuff that I was fortunate enough to have the ability to do, but I didn't necessarily have to do it.
Right. Yeah, those smart plugs are awesome. I have my change machine, vending machine, a couple of lights. Mostly everything is controlled through Alexa, though.
Yeah.
I have music go on. I make it tell a joke at like 6:30.
Yeah, that's the way to go, man. I love my Alexa, buddy. Jacob Porter, what's going on? Jacob was a bouncer too, man. He's from here. He's a friend of mine. He was a bouncer with me. What's up? Do you do your own maintenance on your machines? Jacob, do you do your own maintenance, Andy?
Simple stuff like a belt. I've done on the little top loader, I've done a water filter. Sometimes a quarter will get stuck, and so I took the whole thing out on the 30 pounder and I dipped it in soap water. Well, I didn't dip it, I let it sit in there. What else? I mean, I do have my dad help me out, and I pay him to help me out with a lot of the stuff. Those 70s machines, those dryers, though, it's like, I mean, good luck finding parts for that,
Yeah, you can't find anything for those, man. I've got 3 of them sitting in the back of my laundromat that they're junk, but they're just sitting there in the wall, and you can't do anything with them.
Yeah, but no, mostly I'm actually awful at like fixing stuff. So I mean, and the thing is, okay, good. Actually, that brings up, so like, okay, say like the crane machine, okay. It's things like that, like super niche things that it's hard to find somebody who will fix it. Like fixing even washing machines, like, man, good luck. Vending machine or an arcade machine, good luck if something goes wrong. So that's so I do it.
Yeah. So I was fortunate on the vending machines. We've got there's a company here called Douglas Distributing, and they specialize, like they specifically do vending machines. They sell vending machines, they sell new and used vending machines, and they sell all the product that you would need to ever fill any of them. So I'm fortunate in that, and that's actually like 10 minutes away from where I live. So I can just swing by there and pick up a case of anything, or if I have a problem, I can just call them up and say, hey, I need you guys to come out and fix my vending machines.
Right on.
I agree on the washers and dryers, man. I can't find. So when I first took over the laundromat, I had a distributor come down from Chicago to. They were going. I wanted them. Initially, I wanted to get a quote, just kind of get an idea of what it would cost to replace all the equipment. And he came down and looked at the place and whatever, and we were talking about the maintenance and fixing the new machine or fixing the old machines, and he referred me to a guy that the distributor uses. He's an independent contractor, but he works solely for them, for the distributor. And he lives about in Bloomington, which is about an hour and a half south of where I am. And so anytime machines go down at my place, anytime machines go down, I don't want to, I feel bad calling him up here just to fix 1 or 2 machines because it's an hour and a half each way. And so I have to wait until I get 10 or 11 machines that go down before I call him. And I've put out ads here to try to find somebody here locally, and I'll find people all day long that'll fix your house washer and dryer, but I can't find anybody that works on commercial machines. It's annoying.
So niche. It's so niche.
Yeah, and I don't even know what I'm going to do with the claw machine. I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, actually, so I do have a question.
No?
So these people who have like, I don't know, let's say more than like 10 laundromats. I can't imagine there's like, are they all in your area, or like, can you actually own a laundromat like out of state or something? Like, how would you trust people with money like that?
I mean, I guess it depends, man. It's going to depend. I guess I don't know anybody that does. I've had a couple people from out of state offer to buy my laundromat. I had a couple from California offer to buy my laundromat from me, and I have no idea how they would run it, man. That's a good question. My assumption, they said something about bringing in like an armored truck service to do collections for them. But I'm thinking like they're probably going to charge you for that, buddy. Like I can't imagine that's cheap.
Yeah, I've had somebody offer to buy mine as well, and it's like he had like 3 of them,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. That is a good question. Everybody I know, they kind of try to stay local, which makes sense. Makes the most sense.
You do advertising?
When I first opened, I did Facebook advertising, and it worked out well. And I did Facebook advertising one other time since then. I only did that for about a month, I think. And I've only done it one other time since then, and it worked out all right. I may do it again. I might start doing it. My biggest thing with advertising right now is I want to find a technician so I can make sure that all of my machines stay up and running at all times. I don't have to wait until I have 10 or 11 machines before I call a tech to come fix them all. And so that's kind of where I'm at with that. Like I don't want to spend a bunch of money in advertising, bring in a bunch of customers, and then have them come in and see 10 or 11 machines out of order. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So, but yeah, eventually I would like to get to a point where I'm doing monthly I have a monthly advertising budget, just targeting the crap out of the entire city. But that's a future plan. Is the DVD worth it? Oh boy, here we go with these.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Marty already answered.
I can say it is.
Yes, Marty already answered. It is worth it. Great content. Appreciate it. Where's the doggin chats? Hot dog chats. I'm trying to get Ben Wilson in on a chat. I'll keep you posted on that stuff. Lots of Danny D'Angelo questions. I'll see if I can't get Danny D'Angelo in an interview. I know he's listening right now. So do you think you're eventually going to try to do it? Oh, let me back up. Do you think you're eventually going to try to do a 24/7 thing, or like as far as making it so? Obviously, you want to make it passive. What's your idea of passive? I guess let's start with that.
I mean, I just look at things that limit to why I'm there at all, which is not passive. And it comes down to collecting, because my change machine isn't big enough to stay away from for during the weekdays, like 4 or 5 days. But on the weekend, like one weekend, it's dry, it's out. So I need another change machine. And then, I mean, really, you come in once a week, right?
Yeah,
I'm
usually
out all the quarters.
Yeah, I'm typically just there once a week, just for collection and refilling the machines.
Yeah. So I mean, if I could do it 24/7, I mean, hey, there's no harm in trying. I mean, everything's trial and error, and so I'd definitely be down to try it. And that's pretty much it. The change machine, that'll be like the last thing when I can settle out the dry cleaning thing, and my employee doesn't drive, so that's another thing.
Do you have like an office or anything?
Yeah, I have an office, small one.
And you don't have a wall on that office that you would be able to put a change machine in?
No, no. I can put another one though. I know where I'm going to put another change machine.
Well, because the only reason I asked is because my concern would be, like I said, because I did the in-wall rear load change machines specifically because I knew I was going to be a 24-hour store. So my concern would be if you do try to go 24 hours, like maybe build a little room somewhere, find somewhere in there that you can build a little room. That you can put a change machine in that wall, like create a wall somewhere that you can put a change machine in the wall if you're going to try to do 24/7, just because that would be, like I said, it's a deterrent. It keeps people from trying to break into your change machine, and it's a lot harder for somebody to steal an in the wall change machine. So that would be my biggest concern.
Yeah. No, actually, it's funny you say that. So there's 2 spaces left where there were dryers, and it's a pretty good size. And I was gonna have carts in there, just to put carts in there, because have you seen my laundromat? It's pretty small. And
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of it through your videos.
yeah, and like 6 carts in there is like a lot, and I could put a wall up, and yeah, definitely put a wall and then a rear mounted or wall mounted change machine in there. Yeah.
Do you have access behind? Would you have access behind it if you did that?
Yeah.
Like you have access behind the dryers, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's another locked way, and that accesses all the dryers, and you go all the way down, little tiny hallway, and then that would open up that little space.
Yeah, that would be my suggestion, man. I would definitely suggest that. Just put in the wall right there, and you'd have no problems as a 24-hour store. Jacob again. What makes commercial and home washer and dryer so different besides the coin slot? Nothing really. I mean, to the best of my knowledge, I don't know. You might know more about them than I do. I don't know.
About what?
Washers and dryers. What's the difference between residential and commercial?
I don't know.
Yeah, to the best of my knowledge, it's my understanding, because I've talked to a couple of distributors about it, and it's my understanding, of course, distributors will tell you anything to make, to sell you a washer and dryer, but my understanding is that the commercial washers and dryers, the way they make them to be easily accessible to often repaired parts, like belts and stuff. It's a lot harder to change a belt on a residential washer or dryer than it is on a commercial.
Residential too will typically have a lot more options, like one for jeans, one for all kinds of options, and then there's also we're in coin laundry. There's also like just a button started laundry, like in a hotel or something. Like I have a store here, Scott Equipment, that they do coin laundry, and then also just like hotel laundry or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Marty says commercial wash and dry are built for continual use. Yeah, they are made of a lot more sturdier construction. They're definitely made to be more sturdy. That's pretty much all I got, man. What got you into passive income? You were in the military, right?
Yeah.
What made you want to get into passive income?
Oh boy. I guess again that started on YouTube. Way back though, and first guy I was watching, and I'll be the first one to say it. First guy I was watching was actually Graham in late 2017, 2018. I was watching a lot of Graham videos and Meet Kevin videos.
Yeah.
And I love the whole idea of passive income and real estate and stocks and just, doing everything that you can do, why not? So I had already been saving a lot of money in the military, and then I started watching, then I just kind of started watching other people, and, you got to give other people a chance. And so then I started watching Investment Joy, and then he has a laundromat too. And so... And then I got into vending from a couple of people. I mean, Who was it? It's a little kid in Dallas. I forget his name.
Jaime Ibanez?
I think so.
Jamie? Jamie?
Yeah.
Jaime? Yeah.
I think so. And yeah, and so I got an event. I don't know. I honestly, I lucked out with vending because that I've seen a lot of people get into vending and join the Vending Nation group on Facebook, and not everyone has, not to brag, but not everyone has a location like mine. Like, people will be chasing around like, $80 a month for like 40 honor boxes, and it's like, I have one location and it does over 1,000, and apparently that's really good. So then I see this laundromat for sale on Facebook Marketplace, and it's astonishing what you can see on, I'm on Facebook Marketplace just looking at whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And then I talked to him and, put a deposit down, and I bought it.
Good deal. So what'd you pay, if you don't mind asking?
Oh, the big question.
The big question.
Yeah, I'm always like super, what's it called when I'm like always avoiding.
Yeah?
Yeah, because many people have asked, and I'm always like, oh, I paid under this, under that. I paid $30,000.
$30,000?
It was for sale for 40.
Do you feel like you got a good deal on it?
Yeah, I mean,
Was there an existing operator?
Huh?
Was there an existing operator when you found it? Or was the landlord trying to sell it?
Oh, no, there was existing operator. And basically, I mean, it was just some guy with a family who was just trying to make a living. And I completely understand that. But, I mean, it's a laundromat, man, like it needs work, And I guess he didn't want to put the money or time into it. So I swept it up. And, I mean, I haggled him, I feel like I got a good deal for a working laundromat that'll do more than 200% return. I think that's pretty good, I mean,
yeah.
It wasn't for free, but it was something.
Now that was just the business, right? That's not the real estate. You leased the space.
Yeah, just the business.
And out of curiosity, and if you don't want to answer, you don't have to. What are you paying rent?
$2,000.
Two?
Yeah.
$2,000. What's the square footage?
1,300.
Is anything included in that?
Huh?
Like water? Is anything included in that, like utility wise or anything?
I mean, he'll send a roofer every now and then. He'll send, gracious stuff. But as far as like electricity, water, and gas, no, that's all me.
Okay. Good deal. Do you feel like you got it? You feel like you got a good deal on it?
I mean, for like my first business, I mean, it's not a bad deal. I mean,
How long?
How
long ago did you buy it? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
no, you're good. In September.
Oh, okay. So you haven't. I'm guessing you haven't made your 30 grand back yet.
No. No, wait. I think I have.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
Well, that's good. That's good then. So you're all you have now is just rent and utilities, basically.
Yeah, and I mean, rent is apparently a tax write-off. There's a bunch of tax write-offs. Like the dryers were $15,000. That's all a tax write-off. So I'm already like well at zero for paying my business tax for my LLC.
Good deal.
So, yeah.
Good deal. That's awesome, man. As far as running it, I would definitely, like I said, suggest, you know where this is going, Danny D'Angelo. LaundryDan.com, by the way. Anybody who wants to look into Danny D'Angelo and his program, LaundryDan.com. I'm not selling anything, but go there, buy his DVD. I would definitely suggest you look into it. Worst case scenario, he's got a lot of great ideas, and even the people who got his DVD and didn't use it will tell you that they changed how they operate their laundromat just based on the information that they've learned in that DVD. So I would definitely suggest you get it, at least for information on how to go about running it, or ideas on how to run it.
Hell yeah, man.
Rich Dad Poor Dad. You ever read it?
No. I guess we can do the whole YouTube thing though. Check out our channels. I'm Cashflow Coma.
Yeah, tell them. Where do you want to? If somebody wanted to contact you, where can they contact you?
I do have a Discord. No, I don't. Discord, just don't even. Okay, I guess my YouTube, or you can email me. Or yeah, sure, go for Discord. I think I'm Cashflow Coma on there. I don't even. Let me fire it up. I'm pretty sure I'm. Yeah, I'm Cashflow Coma. It's hashtag 1840. I guess that's how you do it.
I'm not on Discord. I have no idea. So there you go. If you have any questions, comments, reach out to him. What are your takeaways? Did you learn anything? Did you get any good ideas?
Oh yeah, man. You know, I'll look into this 24-hour thing. I'll look in Danny's info. I know he's the king of laundromats, and
I know you think that's a silly title, but let's be honest. Branding is branding. It sticks.
It's all right. Cashflow Coma is not that cool either. Yeah, you guys can comment on any one of my videos. I answer all my comments, and if you are interested in laundromats, go for it. It's an awesome business. You know, don't be afraid to learn or take a risk. I didn't, and I have no regrets.
Well, there you have it. There you have it. And if you want to, if you want more information on how I have my laundromat set up, like the psychology behind what I did, in regards to the Alexa and the Ring cameras and all that, reach out to me. I got you, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's all we got. I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you agreeing to do this. It's been fun. It's been real. Definitely learned a lot about you. I appreciate your service. Kudos on chasing passive income. I love it.
Yeah, Dan. Thank you for talking with me, and thank you everyone for watching.
You got it. You got it. All right, folks. We will see you on the next one. Go check out Cashflow Coma on YouTube.